back to Citaspell. Today's topic, we're going to talk about off-grid communication, specifically line of sight communication. Line of sight meaning you can see the other party that you're attempting to communicate with, and this would be off-grid, SHDF. Let's say there was an EMP or the system was down, whether it be phone system, cell service, even landlines. And of course, if it's worst case scenario and you can't trust the airwaves, we all can't afford the high-tech government / military radios, say, that has the encryption. Anyways, a low technology off-grid alternate solution would be to use, again, this is line of sight, would be to use a whiteboard, a dry erase board. So basically, if you can see the other party, the other person, neighbor, cousin, brother, friend, you would have a dry erase board and you could mark your message on it and put it in the window. And if they're on the same page, if this is pre-planned, that's part of it. That's part of being able to make this work. You would have to plan this out with the other person, the other party, ahead of time. It doesn't have to be ahead of time, but it would work best. You could communicate, hey, how are you doing? They could respond back. They could ask questions, and you could do it, say, on every hour, on the half hour, every quarter hour, have your question posted in the window, and you would look at it and respond. Of course, this may or may not be across the street. This could be across the field. It could be a couple blocks down. But still line of sight. And even if you can't see their home, if they were to at a certain time walk to where you know you can see them and then hold it up. Again, this would be your own little super secret code. You get all sneaky about it. So even if somebody else sees it, because I know that's what you're thinking, well, what if somebody else reads our message? Up could mean down, left could mean right. Take 1 through 10, and if you say like 3, that would actually be 7. See where I'm going with that? So you can make your own little codes, or even draw circles. 2 blue dots mean whatever, and that's why it helps if you work this out. Say you have a code book ahead of time. But one of the ways that you would be able to see the board would be to get yourself a good pair of binoculars, binoculars, rifle scopes, something you can see long distance. So even if they are quite a bit of ways away, again, low cost, low maintenance, low tech ways to communicate. Dry erase markers, they last a long time. Another alternative to that would be permanent markers, but you would have to probably use paper, or you would have to have a lot of alcohol on hand to erase the permanent marker. Also, something to think about, if you're thinking maybe you heard some noises or you heard something going on at the other party's area. You see them across the field, across town, or what have you, and you're like, that those noises sound like they came from that area. If you're say under duress, let's say the zombies attacked the zombies and they're holding you and wanting you to, and they know you've been communicating, they're wanting you to communicate to try to draw the other party in, you could do something simple. Again, hi, meaning hello, or if you're under duress, you can still write the same word, but lowercase. So you could have, like I said, it helps if it's pre-planned, your own little personal code. We're always going to use all caps. We're yelling. And if we're under duress or imminent danger or imminent threat, or we're surrounded by aliens or zombies, little green men, you could always communicate in lowercase. That lets the other party know, and they can play along to help you out. That's just a thought. That's a real cheap dollar store, get it while you can, alternative to technological communications, whether it be CB radios, satellite phones, landlines, walkie-talkies, some of the higher costing push-to-talk radios have been an alternative to that. If you're worried about somebody hacking or listening in, like the three-letter agencies or aliens or zombies that use three-letter, titles. Anyways, another alternative is, I've seen the Navy, and even in today's day and age, the Navy uses flags. You may see some of the old footage, look it up, they waving flags. And somebody on another ship in line of sight, they're watching what flags are waving and what direction that they're waving the flags, and they know what they're trying to communicate to them. And then, of course, they respond in kind, swinging their flags around, their pennants or whatever. Another thing that they do too, it is flashing lights, Morse code, but Morse code's out. You can learn Morse code. It's readily available, so that can be cracked, but you could come up with your own code. The only problem with that is you have to do it when it's dark out, unless you have an extremely bright light, directional light, and you may lose light discipline. So choice is yours. And as far as using this at night, it's not a nighttime communication. I guess you could try holding a flashlight onto your whiteboard momentarily, but it would light it up. That's your light discipline. So of course this would be a daytime communication. Again, at night you could use red lenses and use Morse code, or use some, like I said, predetermined code for nighttime. But this was just a quick get you thinking idea how to communicate with no grid, no electric, off grid, the end of the road as we know it, without rule of law, you name it. Another way to communicate too, if you're not worried about noise discipline, would be ringing a bell like a dinner bell, triangle, ding 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 ding, or just a regular bell, ding ding, at a certain predetermined time. 2 bells mean we're good. If they ring 2 bells, they're good. And to see what else. That's pretty much it, but it's just to get you thinking. Just to give you a quick idea of another way to communicate without actually having to speak. Get on the hackable, listenable, eavesdroppable airwaves and landlines. It may come to that someday. But anyways, thanks for sitting a spell and watching. Hope the video was helpful, and like, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, doesn't matter. Leave a comment if you got any better ideas or other ideas that can help us all gain wisdom. Again, thanks for sitting a spell, and God bless.